The last time I was wearing gear like this, I was trail riding around the Pyrenees. Now, you don't necessarily have to go that far to have loads and loads of fun. You can come here to the Lake District and ride a CCM. This is not so much a trail riding holiday, more a chance to sample the delights of off-road riding, as Peter Swift explains.
We're all up here in the lakes for what we call a CCM factory ride-out, which means that we all come up to the Lake District for 3 days and ride Friday, Saturday, Sunday. And really it's to introduce people either for the first time to either off-road riding or in fact to CCM itself, because we're the only British manufacturer of off-road motorcycles. And a lot of people have tried off-roading but haven't tried a CCM. Right. And when we get them up here and they have a go on one of the bikes, they fall in love with it. I have.
Right, so who's it aimed at then? Is it potential customers, existing customers, or anyone, or what?
Well, it's aimed at all ages, all walks of life. We've got people on here from 18 to 65 up for a weekend, and some of them it's their first time off-road, and some of them are ex-motocross riders who are trying trail riding for the first time. Right. So it's really aimed at anybody who fancies having a go.
Right. So how often do you do this? Is it a monthly thing or what?
We do it every month through March to November. We don't bother December, January, February, simply because the weather gets a bit rough.
It's a bit rough now, never mind January.
Well, that depends whether you go in the water or not, doesn't it, Paul?
I didn't go in the water. I got through it in one.
You did flipping well, actually. Bloody well.
I did all right. It's all very organised, this. We're not just blasting around the hills making a mess of the countryside. It's all done under the guidelines of the TRF, the Trail Riders Fellowship, in case you didn't know. And our guide here is Kev Moore, who's a TRF man. So, Kev, what kind of places are you going to be taking us?
Well, we're going to be going everywhere we're going to go today is legal. What called RUPs, which is a road used as a public path, UCRs, unclassified roads, and boats, byway open to all traffic. So everything we do on is legal.
Right.
The bikes have got to be legal and taxed. Yeah, it is the same as a public road.
Right, so are we going on rough stuff, wet stuff, muddy stuff, what stuff?
Well, what we'll do first is gauge. We've got like 10, 12 riders. I'll gauge what ability they all are, and then obviously we go as fast as the slowest man. So if somebody's struggling a bit, we go nice easy stuff. Yeah. There's enough up here. You can spend all day on easy roads, you can spend all day on hard stuff.
Right, okay, and everyone goes home happy at the end of it?
Oh yeah, everybody will be laughing.
And aching?
Oh yeah, it's a great day out.
You never know who you'll meet on these trail rides. You could meet somebody really famous and somebody really good on a bike. Simon Paver here, Paris-Dakar man. What's a Paris-Dakar contender, competitor, whatever you call yourself, doing riding round the lakes on a trail with us?
Well, I came up to the CCM factory yesterday to start preparing my bike for this year's Paris to Dakar, because I'm riding for CCM. And so I thought I'd come up and have a couple of days fun on the back of that.
What, with those novices?
Yeah, absolutely.
It must be pretty frustrating for you being stuck behind people like me.
No, not at all. I really enjoy the general camaraderie of trail riding, and one of the things I like doing is getting people involved in the sport, and that's what these days are all about.
Excellent.
In fact, that's what I do for a day job as well, as I teach people to ride off-road, so I really enjoy that side of it as much as suffering in the desert.
Well, you're giving me a few good tips this morning as well, so we're not holding you up too much, are we?
No, not at all. No, it's great fun.
So what are we using for all this fun in the mud and playing around in the dirt? We're using these, CCM's 1999 model. It's a street legal, road legal trail bike, basically. Single cylinder 600cc engine, Rotax engine, and everything else you'd expect on a decent trail bike. Adjustable suspension, monoshock at the back, Paoli forks up front, decent brakes, and loads of stonking power from the big 600cc lump pull you out of all sorts of problems. It's a fairly tall bike, but it's not over big. It doesn't feel massive when you get on it, and it's not that heavy. Easy to throw around the dirt and have lots of fun on. And a great thing on an off-road bike, they should all have this massive advantage. One of these, an electric start. Easy. The riding too can be as easy or as difficult as you want to make it. You find your own limits and you ride within them. Nobody pushes you to go faster and nobody laughs when you fall off. Let's see what some of the others thought.
I'm having a brilliant time. It's an excellent weekend. I've owned CCMs for the last 20 years, and so when I had the opportunity to come this weekend, because I ordered a new bike, it's been really very, very good so far. I have great camaraderie. It's a great bike. It's a great sport. It's a great weekend. To recommend it to anybody. It's the first time I've been up to the lakes. Usually do Derbyshire or North Yorkshire, so it's nice to get out to a new part of England and see the scenery.
Excellent. You've just taken delivery of your new bike this morning and brought it straight out on the trail, haven't you?
Well, I was clamouring to get in the van last night to have a look at it because they brought it along from the factory, but it was all locked up. So this morning I couldn't wait to get up and have a sit on it and get it running.
So today's the first time you've been out on a trail on this bike, yeah?
Absolutely first time, yeah.
And how is it?
Spot on, absolutely perfect.
So what about the response then? Are you inundated with bookings? Everybody want to come?
Well, we thought that we'd try this out earlier this summer, and the response has been absolutely fantastic. We've been bowled over with it because a lot of people, if they go to a motorcycle shop and want to have a test ride, they're not allowed to. And particularly if it means off-road riding, because the motorcycle dealer doesn't want them to go and take it out and get it dirty. We encourage it. Come with us, get the bike dirty. For £150 you can come up for 2 nights, a whole day's riding, fuel included, guidance from the experts. We follow a TRF guide, and you have a great day, and you have the whole chance to spend a day with these people. And then if you like it and buy a bike, you get all your money back off the cost of the bike as well. So it ends up costing you nothing.
I've just thought of a way around this. I've got a clever way here now, because if you went to buy a trail bike and you might only go out on it a few weekends a year, you'd have to insure it, you'd have to tax it. So can I book, say, 5 weekends a year at 150 quid a go with you and save myself buying a bike?
For you, Paul? No. No, it's aimed very much at introducing people to it, and then if they enjoy it, hopefully they'll buy one, because it is great fun. There's one now.
So as the light begins to fade over Windermere, we have to go back to the log cabin, quick shower, and then it's out for lots more drinks with the off-road guys. And then we do it all again tomorrow and the day after. How do we cope? I don't know, but we do. That's just a tiny little look at trail riding. Why don't you try it? You might like it. You don't have to buy a bike. You don't have to spend a fortune. It might not be your thing. But how do you know until you've tried?